How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We are going to talk about why Mr. Beast is one of the best investors of all time. If you don't know who Mr. Beast is, he is one of the largest YouTubers out there, and he is someone that's very interesting to look at from a business perspective. So I've been watching Mr. Beast for a while, and for some reason I couldn't put my finger on why I liked his business model so much. And I really think it's because it supports exponential growth. It is a real investor's mindset. So I want to go over that. I want to talk about why he's so successful, why he is making so much money and will be making so much money into the future, why he's one of the best investors of our time. If he's able to continue what he's doing right now, he should be a billionaire probably in the next couple of years, honestly, with the track that he's going on. But I want to cover all that. I want to talk about why he's such a good investor. And I do want to do a little bit of a giveaway too. So in true Mr. Beast fashion, Mr. Beast gives away almost all the money that he makes. So I want to do a giveaway. So be on the lookout later in the video. I'll tell you how you can be entered in to win that and how we can actually get that going. So definitely stay through until the end. Maybe pick up some stuff that you learn about Mr. Beast and how you might be able to grow your wealth or your income or your business just like Mr. Beast, and then get some free money along with it. So if you guys like this, please leave a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Also, if you do want some free stocks through WeBull, there's a link down there to get some free stocks if you deposit $100. So let's take a look at Mr. Beast. So if you don't know who he is one of the largest YouTubers out there. So you can see here he has about 45 million viewers or subscribers, and he does these insane videos, right? So he does this $300,000 influencer trivia tournament. He gives away 40 cars to his 40 millionth subscriber, which he didn't actually give all 40 to that person. He made them give them away. He gave someone 1 million subscribers with this video. He actually broke into a house and left $50,000. He gave away $200,000 to people who lost their jobs. He scales at a level that no one else on YouTube really has done. So he essentially takes all his money and puts it back into YouTube. And I was watching this video just recently by Patty Galloway, and he breaks down the cost, right? So Mr. Beast has said he spends about $600,000 a month on rent, employees, consultants, stuff like that, accountants, all that kind of stuff. And that's not even the money that he gives away. You can see here that over the first half of the year, he spent about $10 million. That's an insane amount. So when you think about the $7 million or so that he spends on rent and all that, and how he might give away another 10 to 20 million throughout the year, that is a very, very significant amount. I mean, even on the conservative side, that's $2 million a month. So what has he done to be able to scale his business to this size? Well, like I said, he treats his business, he treats this channel like an investment. I mean, with your investments, right, you take money that you would normally maybe spend or, try to pamper yourself or whatever you want to do. And instead of spending it, you put it towards something that can grow exponentially. That's the whole point of investments, is to set yourself up later in life. He has said this, right? He has said that he is trying to reinvest every single penny in here so it keeps growing and he can help more people. So this is a type of investment, right? He is putting away money that he could be spending to help grow his business, to help grow his investments. So he is investing in his company. Now, the second thing that makes him so successful is he makes you feel really happy. I mean, honestly, just watching his videos, watching him give away tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, is something that just makes you happy to see someone helping other people. I mean, it can be emotional. So he's really personable, right? So it can be emotional, him giving away all this money to people that really need it. Sometimes you see him tear up. Sometimes you see the other people tear up. It's just a really nice thing that he's doing. And you realize, okay, he is giving away maybe $100,000. He could give away like $90,000 or $80,000. It's not like he has to give away this whole amount, but the fact that he does is quite amazing. And he could be taking a little bit of the profit for himself, but he's not. So he also has very interesting ideas. He has different challenges. He has different ways of incorporating parts of his videos. So everything is like a new twist and a turn. You don't want to just get to the end because you want to see every little thing that happens along the way. And because of this, this is causing his channel to explode. So if you take a look here, he has grown significantly just over the last year. So you can see that his yearly estimate for new subscribers is about 19 million. That is insane. And I'll show you why that's so crazy here in a second. But he's getting almost 400 million views a month. And of course, this fluctuates. Some months are better than others. But let's take a look at Netflix, for example. So Netflix is a streaming service, right? So they were adding about 28 million subscribers in 2019. So 28 million more people had this. And of course, it's different, right? YouTube is free. You make a lot less money from YouTube than you do for Netflix. Because honestly, Netflix, they get $8, $10, $12, $15 a month to be able to stream their content. So for them, this monthly subscription, will pay them a lot more, right? It's going to be $100 maybe throughout the year for each person that signs up for it. So that hits a lot harder than Mr. Beast. But just looking at the subscribers, he is on par with Netflix. I know that it's about 30% less or so, but that's insane, right? He's basically getting as many new people as one of these major companies, one of the top companies in the world, and he is growing as quickly as they are. And even if he's not making as much from each person, he's still growing at that same exponential rate. And it's actually a lot higher because he pretty much doubled from last year compared to Netflix. Netflix is not doubling, but that is a really interesting thing. And he has a couple different ways of making money from this. So he could actually make a lot more money than what he's making right now, but he's not trying to. So, for example, he has a couple different ways of making money. One is this. So he is actually really big into merch. You can see here underneath his videos, $30, $65. In this video, he signed 68,000 pieces of merch for a limited time special. The kind of things that he is willing to do for his subscribers and for his followers is amazing. But this really hits the bottom line, right? So I don't remember if he gave away this money or what he did. But if he is selling this for $30 a t-shirt, he's making probably $20 per t-shirt. So that means that this video probably paid him $1.2 to $1.4 million. Now, he could make more videos like this, and I'm going to go through how he could actually make about $7 million just for himself. So, like I said, he pays about $2 million or $2.5 million a month in expenses, but he could become a very rich person if he just did this one thing. So he could make one extra video a month. He makes about 4 videos a month right now, and based on his views, he maybe gets about 40 million views per video, give or take. If we make his RPM, or the amount that he gets from these ads, at about 2, so $2 per 1,000 views, that means that he would get about an extra $80,000 in ad revenue just from creating one extra video a month. And this is assuming this is a pretty low budget video, and based on his numbers, right, we can figure out he probably gets paid around $400,000 per sponsor. I'm sure it could be much higher than this too. It could be $1 million, but if we just look, personally, I get paid anywhere from $150 to $400 per sponsor. So when you think about that, that's about $10 per every 1,000 viewers or so. So I have 16,000 subscribers. I get about $160, let's say. That's about $10 per 1,000. If he does the same thing and he is able to get about $10 per 1,000, that would be about $400,000. And he does a really nice job with his sponsors, so I'm guessing he makes about that much. Let's say he sells about 5,000 shirts, which I don't think is insane to think. When you look at how many shirts he sold just in that one video, 70,000. Of course, that's a limited release, but if he just mentions it, or they pay someone to make a new line of merch or something for each of these 1 month videos, you could make an easy $100,000 just by selling 5,000 more shirts. So that could equal about $580,000 a month just from making one extra video. And that won't really raise his expenses as long as they're low for that video. And if you just look at this, if you took this over a year span, so he makes about $7 million more dollars, and if you just put this at a 7% interest rate for 40 years, he would make about $104 million from this investment. So that's from 1 year. He could grow this to over $100 million. Now, he is only 22 years old. This is pretty impressive, right? How many people do you know at this age that are running a company like this? They have such high growth potential and have this much money going through it, right? So there are tech companies, there are ways to scale, but for something like this on social media, it's quite impressive. So he could make hundreds of millions of dollars, but he doesn't want to. So his goal is not to do this. And I'll tell you why. He has been so successful just by reinvesting that he doesn't want to diminish the quality of his videos. So that's an amazing thing about him, right? I think most of us at some point would kind of try to cash out. Some of us would try to cash in. And I'm sure he's a millionaire. Maybe he's got tens of millions of dollars, but he's definitely not cashing in yet. He continues to make bigger and bigger videos up until he gives away millions of dollars in some of his videos, or $1 million, I should say. But if we just look at his returns, so let's say you invested, let's say $30,000 into some business and tried to create the same exponential growth that Jimmy has gotten, or Mr. Beast. So we determined that he could make $7 million a year just by making another video, and that goes all to him. Let's assume he doesn't make any other money throughout the year. That is the only money he makes. Well, let's say we use the 25x rule, so that's a rule in investing. Let's say you want to create an investment that would pay you off $7 million a year consistently. So you would need about $175 million based on the 25x rule to be able to get that $7 million a year. Now, he has created this YouTube channel in about 8 years. So let's say, which he didn't have $30,000 to start off with, but let's say you came at it and you're like, okay, I want to create a portfolio that will pay me the same as Mr. Beast could make, and I want it to be there in 8 years, and I have $30,000 to start with. Well, if you want to do that, you can take a look. You would have to get a 300% rate of return for 8 years consistently after investing $30,000. Wrap your head around that for a second. The average index returns about 7 to 10% a year. You would have to do significantly better than that. You would have to get 300% return. The best investors of our time, like Warren Buffett, they've made 20 to 30%. ARK Invest has made about 40%, and they have been all over the news this year, maybe 50% depending on when you're watching this, but they are one of the most innovative companies that has done the best over the year, and they're making a significant amount less than what Mr. Beast has grown. I realize this is apples to oranges a little bit, but that is quite amazing. And then let's say that Mr. Beast could continue this kind of exponential growth for another 5 years, and I realize he probably won't. So, of course, there are only so many people that will watch his videos, but let's say he's able to continue this massive growth for another 5 years. Well, at that 300% rate of return, he would be making in 5 years about $1.7 billion a year. And of course, I realize, again, this is going to be very difficult, but there are different ways to be able to monetize his videos. I mean, he makes money off merch sponsors. He could create some other streams of income, I'm sure, and he could ramp down his videos. But again, I don't think he's going to, because that is what has led to his success. Now, of course, he could monetize a different way where he could get to the end of his career and he could say for the last 5 or 10 videos, okay, I'm just going to try to milk this and put in very little money or ramp it down or do something different and just pocket all the money possible, in which case he would be making probably tens or if not hundreds of millions of dollars just from doing this for a couple months. So that is why I think Mr. Beast is one of the best investors of our time, one of the best businessmen of our time. He is very smart for someone that is his age and really for any age. I mean, he is making and has the potential to make tens, if not hundreds of $millions a year pretty much right now. And like I said, I do want to do a little bit of a giveaway just in honor of Mr. Beast, just because he gives away so much during his videos. I think that would be really cool. So if you've watched this far into the video, I want you to first hit the like button. I really appreciate that, and it helps a lot. But second of all, I'm going to be giving away $25. So if you want the $25 or you want to be entered, just comment down below who you think the best investor of our time is, or tell me what you think about Mr. Beast. So either of those are fine. But then I will announce the winner probably in the next few days, just in the comment section of one of my videos. I will pick out a random person probably in the first 6 or 7 hours of this video being up. So definitely check that out. Pay attention to the page. Pay attention to if I reach back out to you, and I will send you that $25. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you got some kind of value from this, and hopefully you can maybe apply this to your own life. I want to be able to apply this to our YouTube channel somehow. I just haven't quite found out how to do that. So let me know your thoughts below. Let me know if there's something that you can think of that I can do to grow like Mr. Beast and to be able to reinvest back into the channel. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.